It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. An Arctic air mass will continue over the central and southern U.S., producing widespread, record-breaking cold temperatures. An atmospheric river is going to be impacting the Pacific Northwest states over the weekend with heavy rain and high mountain snow. Closer to home, cooler than average temperatures are going to linger for eastern areas. Temperatures will warm to well above normal early next week as dry conditions persist. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Friday, February 21st. Roadblocks are subject to change without notice. All area highways and major range roads are scheduled to remain open all day.
The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons who began the Salt Fire. That wildfire began on June 17th and burned on the Mescalero Apache Indian Reservation. P&M and Zuni Electric are conducting streetlight repairs on White Sands Boulevard between 6th and 8th Street. The right lane on the northbound side will remain closed, and the lane will reopen by 5 p.m. today. The Tularosa School Board is having a special board meeting this Thursday, February 27th at 10 a.m. The big question is, will Todd Lindsay say anything intelligent?
No, I don't wanna. No.
I don't think so either. Alamogordo High School presents some music concerts. Today at 6 is the orchestra concert. Next week, on Thursday, is the jazz concert. And Thursday is the band pre-MPA concert. All concerts are going to be at the Flickinger. Ruidoso Downs is shifting exclusively to quarter horse racing after last summer's devastating fires and flash floods. Ruidoso Downs owner Johnny Trotter says the move strengthens the Downs' status as the home of the All-American Futurity. He went on to say the goal is to make Ruidoso the premier destination for quarter horse racing. The all-quarter horse meet begins in May. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'd like to tell you about some new arrivals to Kitty City. A little fur family consisting of Mama Rosie and her two kittens, Posy and Thorny, were found as strays and brought indoors and cared for by a kind person since December 2024. They just arrived at Kitty City last week. Their rescuer did a great job of caring for them and socializing them. They have quickly adapted to their new surroundings at Kitty City and the attention they are receiving. Rosie, Posy, and Thorny are sweet and lovable kittens. Rosie, a cute, dilute calico, is barely a year old. Being such a young mama, she has raised her kittens well. Posy and Thorny are approximately 12 weeks old. Posy is an absolutely gorgeous tortie with white accents. She is a tapestry of colors and markings. One can't help but be impressed with her amazing looks. Thorny is an all-black male and a cutie. Although he seems a bit timid, we haven't let this little boy fool us. The minute we pick him up and cuddle him, his delightful response is immediate. Another new arrival is Richard the Lion-Hearted, who was brought to Kitty City last week. He was reluctantly surrendered to Kitty City by his owner, a young man in the military, who received an assignment to another country and was unable to take Richard with him. Fortunately, Richard seems to be adjusting fairly well to the abrupt change in his life. Richard is adjusting to living with other kitties in his room at Kitty City. We have been told that Richard loves sitting in the window and chirping at the birds. Once in his new room, almost immediately, Richard found the window in his room and was there in a flash. What we did not know about Richard is that he likes cozying up to other cats and making friends. One of his new friends is Freya, who he now shares the windowsill with. Richard is only 9 months old, but he's a big boy. He's a very handsome gray tabby with Maine Coon features. He is neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated. Come visit Rosie, Posy, Thorny, and Richard at Kitty City at 56 Stanley Ranch Road, or check out our website at www.kittycitynm.com. You'll see our cute kitty pictures and read about their wonderful personalities. We have the perfect kitty to be your forever friend. Tomorrow, Saturday, February 22, please come visit the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the Kitty City Adoption event. Kitty City will have cats and kittens, and Alamogordo Animal Control will have puppies and dogs, all available for adoption to their forever family. Find your forever friend at the Kitty City Adoption event tomorrow, February 22, at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This has been Kathy Denton with this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, Sunny Harris, inviting you to join Animal Village A&M's Thank You in Advance fundraiser and help us reach our goal of $25,000 by February 29th. Your support will fund spay-neuter surgeries for more than 200 pets and provide essential pet food for families in need. Drop off gently worn shoes at our collection boxes or donate online at animalvillagenm.org. By mail, 303 Spring Road, Ruidoso, 88345. Thank you in advance for your generosity. animalvillagenm.org.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A New Mexico man was found guilty of raping a woman he met on social media. In 2020, Victor Contreras met a woman on social media, and in 2021, she told police that Contreras repeatedly threatened and forced her to have sex with him. Jurors saw threatening text messages and heard incriminating statements from Contreras. He was found guilty of criminal sexual penetration and is also facing federal firearms charges. 25-year-old Brianna Stallings and her boyfriend, Manuel Gullion Jr., have been arrested for their roles in the death of a 1-year-old child that was reported missing in Eddy County. Stallings has been charged with tampering with evidence and conspiracy, while Gullion has been charged with intentional abuse of a child resulting in death, as well as tampering with evidence. The infant was first reported missing in early September 2024. Stallings stated she fell asleep on the infant, suffocating her. She said she tried to resuscitate the baby, but the baby still passed away, so she and her boyfriend buried the child. The following day, the infant was found buried, confirmed by the Office of the Medical Investigator. An autopsy was performed on the child in December and found the infant was healing from a rib fracture that was estimated to have occurred about 2 weeks to a month prior to death. Other damages were found to her left ribs and femur. Farmington police arrested 36-year-old Patricia Madrid and 59-year-old Tammy Jackson. They each face 7 felony child abuse charges and 7 felony charges of conspiracy to commit that abuse following months' worth of investigations. One of the children alleged the child was forced to stay standing inside of a chicken coop from wake-up until bedtime every day from April until September, except for 3 days during a family road trip. The child was also alleged to have been forced to be out in the cold without proper clothing. Jackson and Madrid have been accused of malnourishing the child and abuse, including pointing a gun at the child. A search warrant on Jackson's phone allegedly revealed a log of extensive text messages discussing what was alleged. This is not the first time Madrid has faced charges for child abuse. In 2020, she was charged, but that case was dropped. Environmentalists say a bill passed by the U.S. House of Representatives meant to curtail forest fires in New Mexico and elsewhere will do no such thing, so they're encouraging senators to vote against it. Roz Brown has the story.
The Fix Our Forests Act would reform NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act. The 55-year-old law requires environmental reviews and public input for major federal actions such as new logging, which supporters of the act say would mitigate wildfire risks. Dan Ritzman with the Sierra Club believes the deceptively named bill would undermine environmental protections.
The Sierra Club has long supported science-based responsible forest management. We echo the experts who support prescribed burns, responsible forest management, and we support home and community hardening to make neighborhoods and cities more resilient in the face of fire.
New Mexico's largest utility company recently warned customers in fire risk areas, including Santa Fe, that high wind events often increase in the spring, and reminded residents to be prepared for potential power shutoffs to ensure power lines are not a source of wildfires. To combat climate change, Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey says the U.S. needs more renewable energy, including solar, wind, and battery storage technology. Instead, he says the focus is on DEI, the acronym for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
They keep invoking DEI, but we know that DEI
to Donald Trump just means defending Elon's interests. It's just such an incredible power and money grab.
President Donald Trump has repeatedly called climate change a hoax and recently suggested he might end the federal emergency management's role in responding to local climate disasters. Many state leaders already have said they do not have the resources to tackle such events on their own. I'm Roz Brown reporting.
Do you know a dedicated and passionate landowner who has made a significant impact on New Mexico agriculture? Well, today, Noel Dondero from the New Mexico Farm and Livestock Bureau is going to be discussing the 2025 New Mexico Leopold Conservation Award and why it's such an incredible honor.
If you know a farmer, rancher, or forest landowner who's dedicated to improving soil health, water quality, and wildlife, this award could recognize their hard work. Sand County Foundation and national sponsor American Farmland Trust present the Leopold Conservation Award to private landowners in 27 states for extraordinary achievement in voluntary conservation. With a $10,000 prize, this award honors those who go above and beyond in preserving our land and its natural resources. Past recipients like Dick and Megan Lanford from Truth or Consequences have set the bar, showing that thoughtful stewardship leads to a healthier environment for both people and wildlife. And now it's time to nominate the outstanding landowners in your community for the 2025 New Mexico Leopold Conservation Award. Nominations are now being accepted with a deadline of May 15th, 2025. Nominate online at sandcountyfoundation.org/apply-LCA or mail in your nomination to the address listed on the website. This has been Noel Dondero with New Mexico Farm and Livestock Bureau.
Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 20 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including silver at Chaparral, and Tularosa heads to Ruidoso. Wow. Go, Lady Cats! There are 35 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today. That includes Hondo at Cliff, Chaparral at Silver, and Tularosa at Ruidoso. Wow. Go, Wildcats! Well, the weekend is upon us, and that means it's time to go fishing. Let's check in with Christy Lepis.
At Bonita Lake, fishing for trout was fair to good when using corn and orange power bait. At Bottomless Lakes, fishing for trout was fair to good when using white power bait and corn. At Carlsbad Municipal Lake, fishing for trout was good when using trout magnets and spinners. At Elephant Butte Lake, fishing for largemouth bass was slow when using deep diving crankbaits. At Eunice Lake, fishing for largemouth bass was slow to fair when using 3/16-ounce jigs and Z-Man TRD Craw Z. Bill Evans Lake, Bottomless Lakes, and Carlsbad Municipal Lake were just some of the waters stocked this week with trout. And now, our catch of the week is, can I get a drum roll, please? Austin Riley and Orion Gaiti, both age 12, of Laguna and Acoma, caught their limits of rainbow trout using power bait at Rancho Grande Ponds. That's it for this week. Join us next week and every Friday here on Crazy Radio for the Fishing and Stocking Report. I'm Christy Lepis.
Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, partly cloudy tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin 60, low tonight of 33, high tomorrow 62 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting up to 14 miles per hour, partly cloudy tonight. Sunny skies tomorrow, winds gusting up to 15. Your high today in Cloudcroft 44, wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 18. Low tonight of 26, wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 21. High tomorrow 44, wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 21 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Friday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. Enjoy your weekend.